Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome to this odd edition of Reel Rant, because normally while Reel Rant is about satire, I don't know, I didn't know what else to put this under, and I apologize now because I don't know what I'm gonna say or how I'm gonna say it or how long it's gonna go or what words I'm gonna say. So if I do make this lesson family friendly, which I'll try not to curse a bunch, but you just never know what you're gonna say when emotions are high. So boy, is there a lot to talk about, and I've had a lot on my mind lately, and I know I've talked about some of this on the last low budget live stream, and hopefully I hit every point I want to hit. And I might be a little all over the place. I don't have any notes. I don't have anything. I just needed to talk, and so I apologize now if I ramble, or again if I'm all over the place, or if I forget to say something. But I just need to talk. Um, Last week on Twitter, I put out a message saying, "Look, I know some of you out there care about me, and this isn't directed at you, because I am cool with those that I work with and those that I know and have become friends with over this platform. But man, online, YouTube, Twitter, all of it, it just got to me last week, all of it, and this really had nothing to do with me, but it did lead me down this path of not feeling good about anything. Um, I mean, I've got I've got like two movies that I still have to review, and I haven't been able to bring myself to review them. I got a new Geno's Bad at Games I want to do, and I wanted to get one done because a game's coming out I really want to play on time. I'll be playing a new game for once, or at least I'm supposed to. Um, but I just haven't been able to bring myself to do anything. Um, Again, this video, I was gonna do it yesterday morning, and I just couldn't do it. I couldn't bring myself to do it. Because there's so much on my mind. Just so much is weighing on me. I'll say this. I'm gonna throw a video clip in here in a second, and it's what I want out of this whole experience of doing what I do. Um, it's like the core baseline of what I hope all this could be. Um, it's what I want out of life for everybody. Um, anyway, here's the clip. It's from the movie Sneakers.
I want peace on earth and goodwill toward men.
Oh, this is ridiculous.
He's serious.
I want peace on earth and goodwill toward men.
We are the United States government. We don't do that sort of thing.
Just gonna have to try.
All right. I'll see what I can do.
Thank you very much. That's all I ask.
Look, I joke, and for a lot of things, I am a pessimist. I don't just see the bad in things, but I try to see the bad in things so that we can avoid them. Whether it be at work or whatever. I try to see, like, okay, I think this could go wrong, so maybe we shouldn't do this or whatever. Just, I'm a pessimist, but deep down, I want to be an optimist about everything. I want to be an optimist about the world, about my life, about work, about everything. I want everything to be good, man. I mean, I always say this. There's enough crap out there We need all the good we can get. We've got enough problems. We don't need more of them. And what I mean by that is YouTube and Twitter and all this stuff, I'm getting to the point I'm getting to a point where I can't take it anymore. And I'm not trying to sound like things have been happening to me and I just can't be around it or whatever. It's not just things happening to me. It really, I am such an insignificant speck on YouTube and on Twitter and all that. And I'm not saying there aren't people out there that care about me. I know there is. You know, I'm not alone out there. I get it. But I'm just... we are surrounded by just ugliness. And we are surrounded... and it's not just from one side or the other on whatever issue. It's a lot of people. And trust me, this is just one of the things that's bothering me. So strap in. Because it bothers me because even when we try not to get caught up in it, even if we're not involved, we get caught up in it. And then there's those out there that, and I'm probably welcoming problems by saying these things. So, you know, who knows? Maybe I'll be gone soon. There are people out there that all they want to do is cause problems because it gets them money. They want to give their opinions, which a lot of them state as fact, for money. Because that's what sells. Drama sells. I mean, for God's sake, there is a drama alert channel. Because drama sells. And I admit, there's times I get caught up in it. And this last week, I got caught up in it just following different things. Look, there's a difference between news and, you know, following news stories that interest you and listening to some commentator that acts like he knows everything. You know, the funniest ones for me are when they'll say, well, I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a lawyer. But I'm not a lawyer. And even some of the lawyers on there are just... they think they know everything, and their opinion is the only opinion, and or they treat it like it's fact. And even when there's facts out there, they still don't know everything, and they act like they do. And again, this comes, whatever the issue, comes from both sides. And I'm not going to get into detail about it, but ever since, and I've talked about this before on a low-budget live stream, ever since I saw my name come up during a Change the Channel video, part of me has been following it just to make sure my name stays out of it, because I have no part of it. But you just never know how the internet's going to be, so I'll be following it. And I just see some of the ugly things that are said, and I just, on both sides, to be honest, I see some of the ugly stuff that's being said. And this isn't the only thing I'm referring to as just this one thing. I mean, you could throw in everything from, like, I'm interested. I've been a fan of the movie King of Kong for a long time, so I'm following the Billy Mitchell stuff. And then there's the Vic Mignogna stuff. And there's just so many different stories out there. I mean, YouTubers get in trouble for everything. And you find yourself getting caught up in these things that really, I have nothing to do with. And of course, some will say, well, you're kind of connected to the change of channel thing. Well, no, I'm not. I'm Brad's friend, and that's it. I don't really know many of the other people involved. And I always say this. I've met Doug and interviewed him. I talked to Lord Cat on Twitter. I met Allison, and she was nice. I mean, I have nothing... I don't have an opinion either way about that situation. Other than my only opinion is I wish they could come to an agreement and release some kind of public statement that while it won't end everything, at least it'll have some impact. That's the only thing I would say. They need to resolve it because it's never going to be resolved. It's never going to... You can't just expect it to go away. That being said, where one side wants it to go away, the other side doesn't, meet in the middle and talk. That's all I would say. But I was following that and just saw some of the ugly stuff being said on both sides, and it just... I was just like, I gotta get away. Because, I mean, again, I have my own freaking problems in this world, whether it be stuff going on at work or stuff going on with my family, that I can't let this stuff bother me anymore. I found myself watching some of the videos and things like that, and I can't do that anymore. I just can't. Because it keeps me from getting things done. We'll talk about that in a bit too. It keeps me from getting things done. It keeps me from, things getting done being my work, rest, trying to make myself healthier. And then that stuff leads to me not feeling good, and it's hard to spend more time with my kids. And it's just getting to me, man. It's just really, the whole damn thing is just getting to me. And I just can't do it anymore. So I'm saying this right now, and I'm sure I'll falter at times, and I'm sure I'll fall, because I'm human. But I ain't following this crap anymore. I don't care. Look, I know bad things happen and all these different things that are going on. Bad things happen, but here's the thing. There's always two sides to every story. There's always facts that aren't being presented. There are people out there capitalizing on this. There are people out there trying to destroy other people's lives. There's just so much crap going on, and I've got nothing to do with it. And I hope it can be resolved. Whatever the situation is, whatever controversy it is. If there are news stories out there, if there are investigations, legit investigations, I'm talking by law enforcement and things like that, not just some hit piece article on either side or whatever. I mean, I'm interested in that, because if it's a non-biased look at something, that's news. At least it's supposed to be non-biased. I mean, what is considered quote-unquote news now, the lines are so blurred, we'll probably never get back to it. I just want to see, like, again, I'm interested. I'm big time interested in the whole Billy Mitchell Donkey Kong situation. I like following that story. But even it's gotten weird and ugly, where everyone has an opinion that they are calling fact. And they always make claims, well, I'm not a journalist, I'm just a commentator. That's a fine line there. You can commentate on things. I get that. And if it's well-researched commentary, I'm okay with that. If you're doing your research, if you're showing both sides, but if you're just being a commentator taking one side, and no matter what happens at your side, you know, I can't stand that stuff anymore. So, you know, I can't bring myself to watch videos like that anymore. And of course, me being down in the dumps about stuff like that makes me think about everything else. Makes me think about my future on this platform or any platform. I'm not saying, I'm going to jump to Twitch like a lot of people are doing. You know, YouTube's toxic. So Twitch, they're all toxic. Let's be honest. Let's really be honest with ourselves. They're all toxic. All social media is toxic. It shouldn't be. It really shouldn't. It should be a cool place that everyone could go to and have a good time. All of them. But we all know that ain't the case. They're all toxic. But it made me think, do I even want to do this anymore? Is the stuff that I love worth dealing with all the BS? I don't know. Part of me doesn't know. Look, I've met some people on here that I really like a lot. There's some, it's like, I would love to meet them in person just to hang out. There's some people I want to get to know better. You know, there's people I want to work with more, or work with even. But it's like, what's my future here? I just don't know. Again, I'm sorry if I'm all over the place, but I just got to talk, man. I just got to talk. What's my future here? Because here's the thing. Now we're going to get into... I don't know much about Twitch, so I can't really comment on Twitch. I have a Twitch account, and I got it so I could watch something. I don't even remember what it was. It was a long time ago. I don't even remember what my Twitch account's called. It's probably Geno's Bad at Games, but I'm not sure. I don't remember. But I'm going to comment on YouTube and Twitter mostly. Throw Facebook in there too, because F them. But do I really want to do this anymore? Because why am I doing this? I mean, deep down, I want to just do this to have fun. But I'm human, and I have a sense of pride. And when I don't see like the channel growing, and I don't see the views, sometimes it gets to me. I've talked about this before. And it's like, why do I continue? And I know I usually come around and it's like, but I'm having a good time. I mean, there's been times I didn't want to do low budget live stream, and then I did it. And then I was glad I did it, because I know that the people that show up for that give a damn. You know, I haven't had to deal with too many trolls on that platform yet. Eventually it'll probably happen. But most people that show up there are cool, and you know who you are, and I'm happy to have you, and I'm happy to know you, and I'm happy to talk with you. I love it. But damn if I am not just tired of this platform. I'm tired of what you have to be successful on this platform. Because it really shouldn't be what this platform's about. I knew look, I don't know when monetization really started. I'm really new to that game, and I've told everyone I've gotten one check from YouTube ever since starting the YouTube channel, which I didn't really focus on the YouTube channel for years. I was putting my stuff up on Facebook because a lot of my viewership was local because I was on the TV station. And so I didn't focus a lot on YouTube. I wish I woulda. I mean, that is a regret and a mistake, to be honest. But I don't know when the monetization will happen. I've only been monetizing for a while. And I don't know, maybe a few years at most. And then there was the part where you didn't have so many subscribers and viewing hours. They took it away from me. I had it taken away for a while. And again, I hadn't seen a check yet anyway. So it wasn't a big deal, but the a-hole in me wanted to get it back just to spite YouTube. And I did. And I really have to thank Brad Jones for that. Because let's be honest, I probably wouldn't have the subscribers I had. At least I know there's people that saw me there and they liked me, so they stayed with me, kind of thing. And I totally appreciate that. But people finding me would have been a lot harder had it not been for me like being on his channel sometimes and things like that. I know this. And he did a video with me to help me reach that, whatever it is, 4,000 hours goal. And that was kind of the mission statement of our convention, our Talking Conventions Stories video we did. But would my channel have grown if it wasn't for him? Probably not. Honestly, probably not. And that's why I try to help as many people as I can. And here's something I want to say about that. There are some out there, and if this is your opinion, I'm cool. There's one thing you gotta know about me. I'm open to a lot of different opinions. I may not agree with them, but I'm open to hearing them, and I'm not gonna say you're stupid for believing that. I mean, if it's something like hate-filled, yeah, then I might label you stupid. But if it's just an opinion, it's just an opinion. You're allowed to have your opinion, and there's people out there that have the opinion that subscribers don't matter anymore. I would disagree with that. While a higher number of subscribers, that might be like a, measuring contest. But I think my goal, honestly, whenever I want to help smaller channels, especially though, I want to help those, especially those under 1,000 subscribers, because while you may not make it farther than that, or you might, I at least want to get you to that 1,000, and then you can work on getting your watch hours by putting out good content. Because at least I'll help you get past that one hurdle that YouTube has put up, just to throw up a middle finger to YouTube. Because they wanted to try to do that so they didn't have to worry about the accounts of all these smaller channels. Well, if all these smaller channels just came together and subscribed to each other's channels, you would at least get past that hurdle, right? You would get past that hurdle. So, look, I'll tell you this. I've said this before. I ain't gonna lie. I can't watch everybody's stuff. I really can't. It would cut into my time making my own stuff, and they would probably agree with this. And it's just, there's only 24 hours in a day. And again, this where it comes in, watching all the stupid stuff that don't matter takes away your time too. So, if I do accomplish that, maybe I will have time to watch some more of the stuff. I mean, I try, if a video interests me, I do watch it on a channel I follow, but I can't watch everything. I wish I could. I wish there was an infinite number of hours in a day that we could watch everybody's stuff. I'm just being honest here. And I don't expect everyone to watch my stuff either, to watch every single video I do. And obviously they don't. And that's okay. Because, I mean, if you look at my numbers of views between some of my movie reviews and then my gaming, there's a big discrepancy there. And fine, I'm cool with it. People don't want to watch, they don't have to watch. But here's the thing, we still need to support each other, smaller channels, and get everyone over that 1,000 subscriber hump. That way, once they get past that, and if they can get there, I believe if it's once you get past the 1,000, you can live stream however you want. You can use your phone or whatever, because I know they took that away from those that are under 1,000. And then you can, when you get the 4,000 hours or whatever it is, you can apply for monetization. I got mine back, and then I ended up getting my $100 and whatever it was, $13 check for my you know, my work since 2011. Um, so smaller channels, just hear me out. If you see a smaller channel, subscribe to them. I can't, again, you don't promise to watch all their stuff. And I mean, if you do, great. If you have time to watch everybody you support stuff, fantastic and bravo. But, I mean, I know the time that I have to put into stuff. And I've already sacrificed. Again, I spend a lot of dumb time watching dumb stuff on YouTube. And it keeps me from getting other work done. I am so far behind on shows I want to talk about and watch. There's movies I'm behind on. There's games I'm behind on. That's my own damn fault. You know, I don't blame anybody but me. And again, this is what this video is about. It's all about how I feel and how I'm doing and how my stupidity is affecting me. How my spending time on the wrong things is affecting me. So I just encourage, if there's a small channel out there, support them by subscribing to them. I'm not saying let's start a subscribe chain. It's not that. It's just if you see one out there that does similar stuff to you, subscribe to them. You know, at least check them out. So again, I always encourage people that you can share your channels on my channel. I don't care. As long as, you know, it's not like a hate channel. Like if you're a movie channel or a music channel or someone, you know, something that has to do at least with what I do. I definitely encourage it. I mean, I'm not opposed to other things that, like, you know, if there's a beauty channel or something that is small and wants to get out there, that's fine too. It's just, I don't want to see, you know, some hate channel, you know, want me to subscribe to them. And that's like the line I draw. But if you're a small channel, I mean, chances are I'm going to at least subscribe to you to help you with one more subscriber. Again, I can't promise to watch everything. Wish I could, but I can't. And I've discovered some people I really like by just subscribing to a smaller channel. I've had channels suggested to me, and I end up subscribing to them and or working with them. The Movie Oracle, for example, out of Australia, ended up on her game show. It was a lot of fun. I want to do it again. I want to win this time. But no, Smirking Gun Reviews. I love working with Rob. I'm hoping to work with Narcotic Casserole again. Just to name a few. And every one of them could use your support, you know. And again, I think smaller channels need to stick together just so we can flip the middle bird to YouTube and say, oh, you're going to change the rules again? Chances are they would. Eventually they will. They'll be like, oh, you got to have 2,000 subscribers and 8,000 hours. So getting back to, do I ever want to do this anymore? Because if I really wanted to be successful, let's talk about that. If I really, really wanted to be successful on this platform, again, I've always said I would never make this my job. Never. I couldn't do it. Do I want this to be a part of my life and something that I can build upon? Of course I do. But would it ever be my full-time career? Only if I had some lucrative contract from something for it, where, like, guarantees, right? Because I like having health insurance for my kids through my job. I like having a steady flow of income through my job, right? I mean, that's just how I was raised, man. But if I really wanted to be successful, what do I need to do? Okay. I figured out one of the problems. I need to stop wasting my time on stupid stuff. Like stupid drama and things like that has nothing to do with me. Okay, that's a good start. That would give me more time to watch the shows I need to and maybe get some extra rest. Because boy, do I not sleep much. And when I do, I wake up with god-awful headaches that make it hard for me to do work. And or play with my kids. I felt so bad this last Sunday because, I did my best. And whenever I got my kids, I try my best, no matter how I feel, to, spend time with them and play with them. And, my son loves to get his little toys and whatever we're playing, whether, PJ Masks or Sesame Street or VeggieTales or whatever he wants to play. I want to play with him. But this last Sunday, my head hurt so bad I could barely keep my head up. And he brought in his Gravity Falls toys, and we were playing, and I just couldn't even see straight. And I felt so bad because I told him, dude, we got to stop. And it broke his little heart, and then it broke my heart because that made me feel like an a-hole dad. So I need more rest, man. I need to do things. I've been trying for a while to lose weight. And while I started off a lot bigger and I have lost weight and I haven't really put it back on, I've been stalled at like whatever weight it is for a long time. And it's driving me nuts. And well, if I'm not getting rest and I'm spending my time doing stupid stuff, then I don't have time to go for a walk or, try to eat better or whatever. So I think me getting away from some of the stupid stuff is going to help. I hope it does, because if I use my time wisely, well, then that'll help. So, okay, if I have more, if I've gotten more rest, if I have more time to watch the content that I need to watch and to work on the content I need to work on, okay, that's all well and good. Okay, now here's the question. Do I want to sell out? Because here's the thing. No matter what your channel is, the deck is stacked against you. Unless you play the game. Play the game of YouTube. And I'm using YouTube as an example because that's everyone, ever since YouTube became monetized, a lot of people want to be a YouTube star now. They've seen that you can make a lot of money. You can be the next PewDiePie. You can be, the next douche like Rice Gum or something like that. You want to be famous. You want to be YouTube famous. Jake Paul, Logan Paul, right? You want to be one of these guys. And the deck is stacked against you. Apologize for the cut there. I had to answer a work text. So back at it. Yeah, the deck's stacked against you, man. Because if you don't play the game, if you try to do something, look, there is, the flash in the pan that is like a nice new concept that gets, it gets popular, and I'm cool with that, because there are some original channels I think that I think are really cool, but even some of them are born from drama, because while I'm sure someone like Illegal Eagle, which is a channel I really like, even though they have some cool content, I didn't find out about him until there was drama between him and MatPat about the whole Fortnite dance. Did he steal the work or whatever? And then both channels are very clickbaity when it comes to their thumbnails and titles and things like that. So I mean, do I really want to play a game? Look, I have this issue with a lot of channels out there because they play the algorithm game, and that's the game. If you don't play that game, you're not going to get noticed. You have to have certain, you have certain like thumbnails like that are very clickbaity, and it sucks because there's some good channels and some good content out there that feel like they have to resort to that crap. There's a difference between a an interesting thumbnail and a clickbait thumbnail. And you've got some of the, I've used the example of the Screen Rant show Pitch Meeting. I love that show. It's just good, simple fun, right? But man, I hate their thumbnails. And it's not just thumbnails. There's all those channels out there that do, they use the buzzwords, top 10. And look, you can do top 10s. Top 10s are fine, but they're better when they're personal to you. Not just, here's the top 10 things, yada, 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 like the freaking Watch Mojo, right? If you make it personally, here's the top 10 things I like about this, or something like that. Not just the general top 10s. I'm talking about those, not the personal top 10s. Because, things like reaction videos, I think iDub said it best when he said, I react good is not a talent, or something like that, just playing the algorithm game, playing, I saw a channel grow once, and I remember they were commenting on my channel, and they were a little smaller than me. Then all of a sudden they are huge, right? And it's because they were doing the same schlocky content that you're finding on, a What Culture, and all these the lists you love, or the rankings you love, or. And here's the thing, and I'm not saying some of these channels don't have good stuff on them, because they do. And this one I'm referring to, there is good stuff on there. But then you also do the ranking videos that are just there to get hits. Do I want to sell out and do these things just to get attention? I mean, I've thought about that. It's like, do I really want to, could I do that to myself? Would I quote unquote sell out to do that? I've used some clickbait thumbnails before and titles before, ironically, because I'm just, and I'll joke about, it's like, here's your clickbait thumbnail, right? Again, there's a difference between a creative thumbnail and a clickbaity one. Ones that have arrows or circles or outlined people. And what's driving me nuts is, I know, like, some of the smaller channels feel they have to do this. I watched an argument on Twitter. It was a friendly argument, but two people saying, well, I don't know if YouTube would like this if they'd notice me. It's like, and then the other person responded, the best response: you shouldn't give a crap what YouTube thinks. Just do what you want to do. But it's like, but they want to be famous. They want to be YouTube famous. And it's like, look, the whole YouTube famous thing, again, there's going to be some flash in the pans that get through. There always will be, but the whole YouTube famous thing, it's going to die. It's going to die. Yeah, there's always going to be big channels out there, but look at all the bigger channels on YouTube now. It's all corporate stuff. It's your Jimmy Kimmels and, your John Olivers and WWE and UFC. And look, I get my news and stuff from UFC and MMA fighting and all those that I want. I follow some of that stuff to get some of the news stuff I want. And that's okay, but it's going to be run by them. Smaller channels aren't going to matter unless you're one of the big ones. And even them, I mean, look how many people have tried to destroy PewDiePie, It's just, do I want to do this stuff to get there? And honestly, the answer is no. The answer is no. I can't do that. I can't bring myself to do that. I am not going to be this corporate shill, right? Or this algorithm shill. This algorithm just monster that I see out there. I see others do it and I can't stand it. And again, if that's what being famous, sorry I bumped my mic, if that's being famous on YouTube, I just can't do it. Because, man, I get sick and tired of, there's established YouTubers out there that maybe had some issues, but they resolved them, and they were in the right, and people, killed their career anyway, tried to cancel them. And but then now they're out there saying they've learned some lessons and they've learned from their mistakes, but they're out there going, wah, YouTube won't notice me. YouTube won't notice me. I'm doing the videos I want to do and YouTube won't notice me. I need the algorithm to notice me. Shut up. I don't mean to be mean, but shut up. Get in line. YouTube don't notice a lot of us. Just because you had a channel once and all of a sudden something happened and again you proved your innocence, and now all of a sudden it's like, I have this new channel, support me. People are going to support you if they want. But if people aren't watching all your videos, if you don't talk about certain, like, people are saying, well, why don't you just talk about movies and stuff? Well, people aren't watching. People aren't watching it. YouTube isn't noticing me and not promoting me. They're not promoting a lot of us, dude. Get in line. I don't know. And I just can't. Here's the thing about YouTube. I can't get on here and just talk about dumb stuff. If I'm talking about something, it's got to be something that interests me. If I'm playing a game, it's got to be a game that interests me. If I'm reviewing a movie, I can't, I'll review everything, right? But that's just because that's what a critic does. They take Hollywood, they take what Hollywood gives them and give their critique on it. And yeah, it's just, I'm just tired of it all though. Because it's like, well, I want my channel to grow. And I want others' channels to grow. It's not just about me now. Alright? There's people out there that I think have some really fun stuff, and I'd like more people to see it. And I'd like more people to see my stuff, but unless I sell out, I don't feel like that's ever going to be possible. Sorry, I don't have the money behind me. I don't have the willingness to just be this shell of myself doing top 10 reaction lists explained, right? You know what I'm talking about. I've joked in thumbnails doing the point, right? Put a yellow outline outside of it, right? Again, I've joked about it, and I will continue to joke about it. But if that's what I have to do, then I'm not going to do it. But then again, I still want to be out there. I need to be out there because, I find myself, especially on weeks where my boys aren't here, I feel, yeah, I know there's people out there and I have friends and I have family, but I feel alone a lot. And I think by reaching out, that helps me deal with that. And it's just, I know there's people out there that want to talk about stuff that I talk about. We just want to have cool discussions about movies and games and TV and whatever. But I think the final thing I really need to say is, and I'll just reiterate at the beginning, I need to dump all the drama bullshit and focus on what I really want to do. No matter what happens, I need to drop the whole I want to grow thing. If it doesn't, there's deep down, of course, there's that pride that I care. But deep down, I really just need to say, I don't care. For those that care about me, for those that like my content, for those that follow me, that comment, that try to have a good time with me, love you. And I do. For those that don't, that's cool too, man. If I'm not your top 10 reactions explained list thing that you love, I'm not gonna be. I can't do it, man. I just can't do it. I can't be that guy. You know, I tried doing the character once. I did a trailer talking segment, and it wasn't a reaction thing. I would play the trailer and then I would just talk about it. You know, it was commentary. It was just, here's my thoughts. You know, you could call it a reaction, but I never called it a reaction video because everyone loves that word reaction. I find myself trying to avoid that stuff. Again, I joke about it and I'll use it ironically. But if I have to be that, to be something on this platform, then F this platform. I just can't do it, man. And I know I probably ruffled some feathers today, and I'm, you know, if I offended you, I do apologize. But I had to talk, man. I just had to talk. I had to let everyone know how I felt. Because, you know, I've talked about how I've come on here and I've had to put on a happy face sometimes. Hey, I'm happy to be on this camera right now. I can fake it. I've had to fake it a lot. And I gotta be me, man. Because I thought about it. It's like, man, maybe well, this is a while back. I mean, probably, you know, maybe a year ago. I don't remember exactly when. I was just like, man, maybe I should start doing some of this shill crap. You know, and again, I mean, me and Rob from Smirking Gun Reviews did a top 5 each video, but that was all personal things we want kind of list, right? It wasn't just, here's the top 10 things, yada, yada, yada. I can't do that stuff, man. I won't. Not if it's not personal to me. If it's not personal to me, I ain't doing it. I'm going to do movie reviews because I love doing movie reviews. Because that's what I like to do. I'm going to play whatever games I want to play. I'm going to talk about whatever shows I want to talk about. You know, I'll take suggestions for movies and things like that. It's not what I'm saying. But it's just, I'm not going to try to whore myself out to the algorithm. And if people don't watch, people don't watch. If people unsubscribe to me because of this video, that's cool, man. People subscribe to me because of this video. That's cool too. But I'm just throwing all my cards out there. All my cards are on the table. That's me. This is who I am. I'm happy if you're here. If you don't want to be here, that's cool with me too. But if you're here, let's have fun. Let's have a good time because damn it, that's the only thing that's going to keep me sane. Thank you so much for watching. See you later.